Inflation has been running through the economy at all levels, but one sector has been vastly outpacing the rest: fast food. McDonald's, Chipotle, Starbucks have all raised prices in recent years. Last quarter, McDonald's missed earnings expectations, citing consumer pullback in spending. The company will report results tomorrow. We're also going to be hearing from Starbucks as well. Joining us now is Sara Senatore, BofA Securities senior analyst. Good morning to you.
Morning.
Okay, so what do we think is really happening here with the pricing, and have these companies taken it too far?
I think what we've seen is a lot of inflation over the last few years, and the range of price increases has been wide, though. So some have, I think, pushed the envelope. We talked about McDonald's. You know, they had 10% or more price increase on their menu last year. They're probably running in the high single digits now. The year before that, high single digits. We're talking about something like 30% in 3 years. They may be pushing the envelope because they do have a lower income consumer that they have to think about.
And how much of the pricing do you think is justified? I mean, this is a big sort of philosophical question that a lot of Americans are thinking about right now. How much of it is justified? How much of it is how much can we ram through? How much, when I say justified, in terms of wages, in terms of commodity costs, in terms of the food product and the like, versus, you know, what kind of margin can we actually squeeze here?
Right. So I do think, by and large, it is justified, if you want to use that word, in terms of the underlying cost inflation that they have seen. So labor inflation was quite elevated, especially in 2022. We all know food inflation has been very high, although it's coming down. And anybody who had exposure to beef was in a particularly difficult situation. So if you look at the franchisees' restaurant-level margins, they're not really elevated at this point. The issue is that some other restaurants have managed to maintain their line on pricing a little bit better.
Well, that's what I was going to ask. How is it that some of these other restaurants, and let's talk about which chains you think have done it, and how they've been able to do it while the others haven't? Right.
So you saw Chipotle, right? Had a fantastic quarter, very strong transaction growth. They're presently running kind of low single-digit price on their menu. And a lot of it has been able to offset higher inflation. I mean, they have taken price for sure, but more efficiency, their throughput, their transactions
avocados were so expensive these days.
They were last year. They were actually quite a bit of a tailwind. So it's been a bumpy ride for avocado over the last couple of years.
Now? Okay.
But so that's what we've seen, is the extent to which pricing is faster than the rest of the industry. Those are the, I think, companies that we're seeing a little bit more trouble.
Is California going to be, I mean, when the labor finally flows through, are we going to even see much higher prices in the rest of the country?
We've already started to see it.
Like how much higher?
So, I mean, I'll use Chipotle as an example because they're recent. They said they were going to take prices 6 or 7% higher in California. That's pretty typical. We know the same thing is coming out of other restaurants that are out there, anywhere in that 6, 7, even a little bit higher, 8 or 9%, because a lot of these restaurants are seeing their wage baskets. The minimum wage has gone up 20, 30%. Actually, the underlying minimum wage is up even more than that. Many of them have already been paying above minimum wage, but in order to prevent sort of that wage compression, you're seeing them take their wages up quite a bit.
What about Starbucks? We're going to hear from them as well this week.
Starbucks pricing doesn't seem to be their issue. They've underpriced a lot of the rest of the industry. If you look at what they've done.
That's so interesting. You think they've underpriced the industry?
I know it's people look at their latte or their blended drink and they think this is expensive. A lot of why it's gone up so much is people are choosing to customize. Right. Either they're getting bigger sizes, they're adding syrup. So the underlying price inflation has actually been, last year was sort of 5-6%. Now it's, again, kind of in that 2% range. It really is self-selected pricing, if you will, that people are doing.
Do you like that stock? The reason I ask is it's obviously come down. It's been challenged. Howard Schultz left. Lakshman's there trying, I think, to fix things, but at the same time, there's probably $20 billion that have disappeared.
Yeah, I mean, we do like the stock. I think what we're seeing, the impact has been sort of the social media. A lot of it was been very fraught. A lot of people's perceptions about Starbucks have been dictated by some of the narrative that we've seen.
So
we think that's temporary.
And you think it's temporary?
Yes.
So does this, if you were to stack rank the companies out there you want to own?
Yeah, Starbucks, we view this as a buying opportunity. It's hard to say exactly when this will come to an end, but it will do that. And this is a great company with a global business.
What about Mickey D's?
McDonald's, we're market perform on. We're neutral because we think that there is, again, this can be a tough year, right? There's pricing rolling off. The low-income consumer is under pressure. Of those two, definitely prefer
And with the
Starbucks.
cheaper avocados, Chipotle?
Chipotle is, it's just really hard to argue with those results. It's a great business.
You don't follow Domino's, do you?
I do.
What have they been doing how did they continue to do this? Did you see a stock chart?
Yeah.
How? How?
Well, look, first of all, in a time when people are pinching pennies, pizza is a great way to feed a family. You really can't do it for less than that.
Do you look at that chart?
I have. But I was going to ask a different question, but to go back to Chipotle. Chipotle is but the market cap of Chipotle, I mean, that's
Taco Bell.
That is, you don't think that's priced for perfection?
I don't like cilantro.
I just think that if you look at the long runway that they have, 7,000 stores in the U.S., it's clear that they're in the very early stages of international growth. I just feel like there is a lot of growth left in this company, and so the valuation now does not fully reflect
There's a serious
that.
multiple on that stock at this point.
There is, but if you think about the pace
the
of
market
earnings
cap
growth,
is closing on Starbucks. You think about the
But they got
distinction
no
between
problem raising prices.
well, their value proposition is so strong at Chipotle. The brand is strong. The marketing has been great. And like I said, they're still really, really underpenetrated.
It's not fast food. It's like half hour. Like half hour food.
They're getting better. Their peak throughput now, 15 minutes they can do in the average store, 25 transactions.
Easy on the cilantro. You like cilantro?
I love cilantro.
I love cilantro.
Really?
Yes.
So you're either a cilantro person or you're
I know.
Very divisive. It's very divisive.
Very divisive.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
My mother's watching. She hates cilantro.
Me and your mom.
Can't even be at the table
Me
with
and your
the
mom
cilantro.
and dad.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah.
It's very weird.
I know.
But I'm glad I like part of this work and completely.
Yeah.